Every week, Master Chef Konstantin Druzhinin gathers the most interesting recipes from all the regions of Kazakhstan for you in the Culinary Tour program. He finds the best food products in different areas of this amazing country. He cooks unique dishes filled with a rich history, national color, and a fragrance of the vast steppe. Watch the Culinary Tour, educational and entertaining cooking show on Kazakh TV weekly. Watch in today's Culinary Tour program. Ust-Kamenogorsk is a city lying in the foothills of the southern Altai. How to cook pike correctly. Ukha or fish soup with roes, Bukhtarma style. I'm in the east of Kazakhstan in the city of Ust-Kamenogorsk, where the Olba River flows into the Irtysh. The city lying in the foothills of the South Altai was founded in 1728 when the Ust-Kamenogorsk fortress was constructed. Gold was the reason for founding the city. Yes, it was the reason. When Peter the Great found out that gold was in that area, he sent military detachments there. Today, the city is the center of Kazakhstan's non-ferrous metallurgy. It's difficult to believe that previously it was burned out completely and suffered significant losses due to floods. There are two main markets in Ust-Kamenogorsk. They are called Central and Zarechny. It's said that fish prices start as low as 250 tenge per kilogram and depend on the fish species. There are a lot of fishermen among local residents, which is not surprising at all because Ust-Kamenogorsk is surrounded by rivers and lakes. There is the Irtysh, Zaysan and Bukhtarma lakes. Pike perches, pikes, perches, wild carps, trout and other kinds of fish are caught here. Hello everyone, my name is Konstantin. I travel around Kazakhstan looking for unique recipes. Today I've got out to our eastern region and the city of Ust-Kamenogorsk. The city is famous for its ancient history. It was founded in 1720 because gold deposits were found here. Today it is justly considered the center of non-ferrous metallurgy of Kazakhstan. However, I'm interested in some other things in this region. Actually, I'm interested in its recipes. Now I am at a small fish farm near Bukhtarma. Today I'm going to cook Ukha or fish soup Bukhtarma style. Local fishermen who sold me these wonderful fresh fish told me about this recipe. Well, I'm outdoors and there are insects here. It's necessary to cover the fish when you cook outside. I've got a pike perch and two pikes. We're going to use one of them to make the first stock. First we need to remove the head, tails and fins. We're going to use them to make the main stock. I want to tell you that it's better to remove the gills. If you're going to use a perch, it's necessary to remove its gills. If you don't do this, the soup can be bitter. We are removing the gills. You should remove the eyes too because they make stock murky while we want it to be transparent. Okay, we've removed the tails and fins. We don't need the fish giblets unless there are fish roes. I'm lucky and there are roes in this fish. We're going to use them to make our tasty Ukha too. Well, one fish is prepared and now let's deal with the pike perch. We're doing the same to it. We need to remove the head. We've removed the gills. Now we're separating the tail and fins. Actually, the South Altai region is famous for its unique nature. There are mountains, rivers, fields, and of course lakes here. Okay, we're removing the fish giblets. Unfortunately, it's a male, but the fisherman gave me some roes, which I'm going to use to make this dish. There is the Irtysh River, Zaysan Lake, Bukhtarma Lake, and Bukhtarma Reservoir in this region. Of course, everyone has their own Ukha recipe, and I'm offering you the following variant. I've separated the fillet and put the head, fins, spines and skin separately. We are putting this in one bowl while the spines and fins go in another. I am reminding you that the fish should be as fresh as possible or freshly caught like this one. The best aspects of making Ukha are fishing and Ukha itself. The heads, spines and skin will be used to make the first stock, and fillet, which we're going to consume later, will be used to make the second stock. I'm going to build a fire, but first I need to cover the fish. It's important because, as you can see, there are a lot of insects here. However, we can't do anything about it because we're in the wild. Okay, we're covering it. Now I'm going to build a fire. What I like about this recipe is that it helps save a lot of time, which is very important for a traveler. It isn't necessary to peel a carrot. We're making a cross-shaped cut in it to get its juice. We don't need to peel an onion either and can cook it together with the skin. We also need parsley roots, which we should divide into 4 pieces. We're going to use all these ingredients to make the first stock. Also, we need some celery. You can cut it into large pieces too. What's important is that the ingredients provide their juice for a tasty Ukha. Now we need to pour water into the large cooking pot, add the vegetables, heads, tails, and the other parts we've put into this separate bowl. And also, we need to add some salt. I should remind that we put the onion together with its skin. You don't need to peel the carrot either. The celery and parsley roots were chopped roughly. As long as the water is cold, we're adding the tails, spines, heads, and skin. To make the first stock, we're using heads, tails, etc. You can use small fish too without even gutting them. Now let's salt it properly and add peppercorns. It's also important to cook Ukha over low heat because it shouldn't boil rapidly. Otherwise, it will be murky. Now let's close the lid and leave it to cook for a few minutes. Well, our first stock is being cooked over the fire. Now we need some cereal. Many people add rice or pearl barley. I use pearl barley too. Any cereal should be washed properly, so I washed our pearl barley. We need a couple of potatoes, which we're peeling. Many people add a turnip to Ukha, but we don't have any turnips, which is why we're using potatoes. A couple of them is enough for our Ukha. You can chop the potatoes into cubes. The potatoes need to be washed properly too. Now I'm going to the fire and we need some gauze to filter the stock. It's better to fold the gauze so that it has 2 or 3 layers. We're doing it in this way. Let's have a look. Excellent. Everything is done. We're pouring it. Look how transparent our Ukha is. It's what we wanted to achieve. Now we can roll the gauze and squeeze its contents properly. We don't throw away what has remained in the gauze, but give it to the local dogs. Okay, I've cleaned the cooking pot properly to get rid of the remnants of the first stock, and now I'm pouring the filtered Ukha into the cooking pot. It's good. The smell is wonderful. Now you can add the pearl barley and potatoes. We're adding the pearl barley earlier because it should boil for about 20 to 25 minutes and fish needs only 10 to 15 minutes to cook. This amount of pearl barley is enough. Now I'm going to work on the fish fillet. Now I'm going to deal with the fish fillet, which we need to prepare before adding it to Ukha. At the same time, I'll have a break from being near the fire because it's very difficult to work near it. It's very hot there, like in a sauna. Let's chop the fish into quite large pieces. It's important to remove all the bones. The fish fillet is chopped now. While the fish is quite lean, that's why, according to the Bukhtarma recipe, we need to add some butter. I've got the butter and we'll add it to our tasty ukha. Many people add a shot of vodka to ukha to get rid of the smell and taste of lake fish. In order to make darz ukha, some people even add champagne. As for me, I'm against alcohol consumption, which is why I'll chop some tomatoes and add a little lemon juice. To do it, let's take tomatoes which have been washed properly. You can chop the tomatoes into cubes or circles, whatever you prefer. Amber color is considered the best color of ukha. It has this color of fish like salmonids are used to make it. We're using tomatoes to achieve it and have the color we need. Half a lemon is enough to extract lemon juice. Okay. The butter, the lemon, it's good. I've taken some stock to try the local fisherman's recipe. Let's do an experiment. We need to add to the stock the same amount of water and a couple of spoons of the roes given to me by the local fisherman. We can stir it and then add to ukha. According to local fishermen, it's done to make ukha transparent. Okay, great. Now we need to add the roes, bay leaves and spices to ukha. The smell is wonderful. Now I'm adding the roes, few bay leaves and salting it to taste. I've done it. Now we should wait for 5 to 10 minutes and then enjoy delicious ukha. Ukha, or fish soup with roes, Bukhtarma style. Gut and scale the fish. Put aside the fillet and put the skin, head, tails, fins and spines into a large cooking pot. Pour water, add celery twigs, a parsley root, carrot and onions into it. You don't have to peel the vegetables, just chop them roughly. Boil the stock until the vegetables are soft and then filter it using gauze. It's the first stock. Wash pearl barley and soak it in advance. Peel potatoes and chop them into cubes. Chop the fillet into quite small pieces. Put the potatoes, pearl barley and fish into the filtered stock and boil it. Add butter, lemon juice, finely chopped tomatoes, salt, pepper and bay leaves to the stock. Dilute a little amount of stock with an equal amount of water, add 3 tablespoons of roes, stir and add to ukha 10 minutes before it's done. Our ukha turned out delicious. Having an opportunity to cook your favorite dishes over an open fire, following the recipes from different regions of Kazakhstan, brings great pleasure. Travel and cook together with me. Bon appétit!